Guess I should unmute myself. Cough, cough. I didn't actually get pizza. In fact, I didn't eat anything. I probably should, actually. But I don't need to eat, right, guys? Who needs food? Food is for the weak and the dead. There's no food here. As you might imagine. And yes, I have played Mother 3. And I have lost frames. You gotta be kidding me. I just did this. Mother 3 is a good game. I highly recommend it. I do a Harbinger voice, but I actually can't. I can't do a Sovereign voice either, to my dismay. Oh well. I suck. Sniffle, sniffle. Sniffle, sniffle. At least I can't do it without, actually editing my voice, which is what they do it with. Do we have sound still?
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
We need to deal with Saren ourselves.
As a spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that C-Sec investigator? We saw him arguing with the executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
I'd like to point out something else here, really quick. That is actually pretty cool about Mass Effect. They did this in Mass Effect 2 as well. It's a little thing, but they have this artificial... Okay, it's a video game, so nothing is out of focus unless the game actually tells it to be out of focus, right? But for example, if the camera... In the scene that just happened, our good friend... what was it called? Udina. Udina over there was the one who was talking. So even though you were here and Udina was here by the camera's view, it actually fuzzled out you to make Udina look to be the one to make him look like he's in focus, even though he's no more in focus than he would be with the general rendering. Simply to make it look like you got that whole movie. It was an attempt to make it feel more cinematic, have a more movie-esque style feeling for it.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in C-Sec who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with
There's
him.
another good example of it
You
right there.
won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
Hey, Perry.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
And again.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
So I'd just like to point out that that's the first time the Shadow Broker is name-dropped in the Mass Effect series. It's funny given how important he technically is to the overall canon. To the overall setting, but in addition to that, he is very important to several events that happen immediately during Mass Effect 2, even if you don't even find out that he was responsible for those events until much later. Oh.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Alright, I'm ready. Let's go. Yeah, kill everyone. Kill everyone. Kill Ashley. Kill Kaiden. And Ashley and Kaiden. Okay, we're good. We're good, guys. Define Canada Dry donations. I'm not sure how that would work.
That guy's up to something.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind. Yes, is there something you want?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Oh, gotcha, Bing. I would totally accept, like, war drones showing up and just dropping off cases of Canada Dry.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
Sure. Well, okay. Should we help this guy out? What do you guys think? It's up to you. We don't need the credits or the axe. It's just, do you want to help this guy out? Yes or no? Vote now. See you around, Nazi. Have a good night. One of the things I find fascinating about the Keepers is that's another thing that was dropped really early on. If you're paying attention, even on your way to this thing, like, it's literally impossible to get to the Citadel without going by one of the people who are talking about how the Keepers rearranged their room. So, very early on, the Keepers are introduced to the player, and it's pretty obvious, given the way they are foreshadowed, that they were always intended to be what they ended up being, you know, the ones who ran the Citadel for the Reapers. The other race that the Reapers enslaved and rebuilt, basically.
I can help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
So, yeah, basically I really like the way the Keepers were woven into the narrative very early on. And then, even this early on, they get this whole thing about how they were... There's more to them than they think, you know. And most gamers, when they play through the section, are pretty much immediately like, oh, well, of course the Keepers are, you know, something. In fact, one of the more interesting theories I heard back in the day was that the Keepers were, in fact, the Protheans. Not actually true, but certainly obvious, or certainly apparent why you would think in that direction. Lava Dude, I'm not actually sure when the previous Shadow Broker was replaced, because we don't actually have a specific timestamp on that. But it certainly was not that long ago prior to Mass Effect 1, and given the year's gap there, it could actually have been right about at this time, so who knows?
I'm Commander Shepard with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
I've heard that theory too, Baronessa. In fact, that's actually one of my personal theories. That when they first made the Citadel forever ago, this was the race that they used to make it. Hey, bro.
No, I haven't, Commander.
Oh, he's still on a quest. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Keepers were the ones who started the Crucible plan, assuming we consider that as still canon. Which we don't. But even if it was, it would not surprise me if they were, like I said, among or the first races. In the first... before the cycles actually began, before they were called cycles, if you follow. Alright, screw it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's no other ones up here, but... we're just gonna go and look up a map real quick. I highly recommend Mass Effect 1 and 2 to anybody who has not played them. I mean that sincerely, they are genuinely good games. Okay, we're at the tower. We got that one. I knew there was another one up here. We'll go kill that bastard. Yeah, that's somebody. I mean... oops. Where are you? Somewhere up here. Where's this guy? Oh, there he is. Lava Dude, you mean the Thorians from Star Trek? In which case, no. What they use is a little bit different. By the way, this is probably the point at which I should point out that if you're going to pick up Mass Effect 2, I don't even know a good way to actually get basically all of Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 1 has 2 DLCs that if you never play, you will miss nothing. Seriously, there's like no reason to give a damn, basically. Mass Effect 2, by contrast, has 2 DLCs, well, 3 actually, but 2 that matter, Arrival and The Shadow Broker. Both of those are amazing and very, very worth playing through. There's actually 2 other DLCs, well, 3 other DLCs. There's the Hammer one. We got to do at least one of the hated elevator rides. I'll get to a second. There's the Hammer one, there's the 2 extra characters, which I strongly recommend, and then Arrival and Shadow Broker. You really want to get the whole package. The problem is, as some people will tell you, even if you have bought them, getting the keys activated through the network, which was reactivated and then switched over to Origin and then switched off of Origin, is a colossal pain. I actually had to do some creative finicking in order to get my copies of all the DLC working for Mass Effect 2, so just be careful, that's all I'm saying. Oh, the Thorian from Pharos, right. I thought you meant the Tholians. I don't know why I got the L and the R mixed up. Apparently I'm Japanese. Yeah, what the Thorian does is basically nothing like indoctrination, in my opinion. And I have to say that because we don't actually know how indoctrination works in lore. We only have theories. Love this elevator music, by the way. So, what the Thorian does is basically completely subjugates their instincts, for lack of a better term, for the purposes of its own usage, and actually completely mentally dominates them, rather than, you know... Yeah, you get the point, so... So Mass Effect 1, when it first came out, was an extremely pretty, extremely expansive game. As you might imagine, it had really bad load time issues, as most games of the era actually did. This was true on the PC as well. So...
I can't believe the Council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they'd take his word over ours.
Man, that's quiet. I'm actually going to turn that up a little bit.
I hate politics.
Anyway, so, as I was saying, games in the older days used tricks to hide load screens. Probably my favorite actual example of this is Metroid Prime, where, you know, you have to go through a little bzzz in order to get to the next zone. That's literally to hide a load screen. So, Mass Effect 1 and 2 both had the same problem, and they hid them behind the elevators. And the elevators became a little bit infamous for how incredibly slow they would be. However, I actually really like the elevators and usually go through them in replays, even though I could use the instant travel, purely because I like the conversations that happen. However, I only do that a few times because the conversations, you know, there's only so many of them, basically.
Look at that bug thing over there.
Please do not disturb the keepers.
Yeah. Screw you. Screw your face.
Welcome to the Presidium.
Screw everything about you.
Your guide.
Okay, I should actually figure out where I am. Where am I? I am up here in the Presidium. There's that one. There's one around the corner. Yeah, I tend to like social interaction in any RPG, so yeah.
I've told you before, you're not allowed in here.
Hang on, I'll answer your question in just a second, Giacomo.
You're creating a public disturbance. It's against Citadel regulations.
This one is unsure why the other would not wish word of the enkindlers to be spread.
We'll talk about the hanar in just a second. You know what, let's go ahead and answer Giacomo's question before I get derailed. Bioptics in lore are people who utilize unusual aspects of their brain chemistry in order to manipulate the zero-gravity energy fields that are...
Combat
No, hang on.
Element Zero.
Here we go. Element Zero. That's what it was.
The mass of a volume of space-time when subjected to an electrical current.
There. So bioptics basically are capable of projecting, utilizing, and controlling mass effect fields. The thing to which the game is named, with that unusual setup of their mind. You're basically born with it. You can't be trained. There's no way to work your way into it. Not counting certain Reaper technology things we're not going into. That's how biopic works in lore. In gameplay, I actually really don't like biopics personally. Never have, never will. It's mostly about debuffs, stuns, CC, that kind of thing. With one exception, and that is in Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, where my primary character was a... I suddenly can't think of the specific name of it, but it was the one who has the charge and the explosion, and the charge, the explosion, and the self-shields, and there was a bunch of other fun little abilities they had. And it was my favorite class by far in Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Ton of fun. So.
That hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
Are there laws being broken here?
I am not unreasonable. The hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
So if the hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
Sorry, Vanguard, thank you. That's it. That was my main, and I played the hell out of her. The only other one I played was a Krogan something. We'll talk about the hanar in just a second, as we're going to our next thing.
If you'd like, I could talk to the hanar for you.
I have argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon. You are certainly welcome to try.
Is this game being lowered in volume or something? So anyways, one thing I want to talk about before we actually get to the whole hanar. Believe it or not, I like that method of approaching religion within this game. Any setting that introduces a fantastical element, especially on a large scale, and has multiple cultures and or species, has to deal with religion in some way or another. Some settings handle it better than others. That's all I'm going to say about that. But religious concept, or indeed a spiritual concept, is something that is an aspect of culture and society and civilization. Nothing wrong with that. So, this sucker right here, I like the idea that at a place where hundreds of different species interact on a regular basis, where admittedly only a few of them have an absolute dominance as far as personality or numbers, percentage. But the point being, quite a few of these people interact. There's different cultures and different species all interacting at one central place virtually constantly. Of course there's going to be multiple religions on display here. So it makes perfect sense to me, especially given the way the Turians think, very rigid, very orderly minded, very organized, that a system would be set up where you have to actually be licensed, and then you can preach all you want, as long as you're in a designated area, because you have done what we believe necessary in order to keep basically keep it from dissolving into chaos, if that makes any sense. Then we have the hanar. Now the hanar are intelligent jellyfish. They are actually intelligent, quite smart actually, and they speak in an unusual manner, and they were uplifted by an ancient race, blah 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 blah. Let me skip to the important part. Spoiler alert, the Protheans basically are the ones who uplifted the hanar and made them a capable race. And that leads to some problems later. In fact, a lot of people predicted that after the reveal in Mass Effect 2, that the hanar would defect to the Reapers because of that whole thing. I don't want to say too much, but you get the point. But I do find the hanar interesting as a species, especially since, again, they're very alien. We don't see much of their culture, but what we do see does actually really express a decent amount of their approach to culture, at least for the people we see here. So there's that. And I love the way they talk. I just gotta say that. So. Oh, also, I would totally love to actually watch episodes of Blasto's show. You're dead! Ahem.
Do you desire to learn of the enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
Is this really how you want to represent the enkindlers?
The truth of the enkindlers must be made known. They gave the hanar language, and gave the universe the mass relays. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
What if I purchase the evangelical permit for you?
Finances are only a partial limitation. This one does not believe that one should pay in order to speak the truth. However, this one also does not possess the 150 credits necessary to purchase the permit.
Well, I happen to have 99,999 credits, so...
150 credits. This should cover you.
This is a most appreciated action. You are not of the hanar, but you wish to help spread the truth of the enkindlers. This one will not cause any further trouble for the CSEC officer. This one offers its thanks.
I see the hanar is left. Thank you.
Happy to help.
Here, for your assistance in this matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
Alright. Now let's kill this random person. Oh, whoop. Sorry. Okay, so... where am I? Right. I need to go this way. But yeah, the Dirty Harry movies, except spoken with the hanar speech tone. I mean, come on, that just sounds awesome. Okay, hang on. Let's see, so we got that, and then we have to get one lounge, one there, one there. 3 this way. So there's a bug in the Mass Effect PC version, which I am actually experiencing right now. The music in Mass Effect, I actually mentioned this when I was doing my... Oh, I'm splitting out. No, come back, come back. Come back.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to...
Okay, I'm gonna wait until I know I'm back. Somebody, like, say Kefka when I'm back. Because that's the universal sign that I'm back. Loading, please wait. No, not here, not here. Yeah, you're right. Oh, okay, we're back. Okay, so... where is this guy? He should be, like, right here. He literally should be, like, right here. I'll check the map again real quick. Yeah, that's him. He should... Anyways. Whatever. So, the music in this game has... It's very atmospheric. I talked about this during my actual video about this game. It's not music I would listen to independent of playing the game, which is why I said I liked Mass Effect 2's music better, because I actually have that soundtrack independent of the game. But Mass Effect 1 did have good music, it just didn't have good independent music, and there's a huge, huge difference there. And the main reason I mention that is because this kind of music is much more for atmospheric, and the tone is changed by the fact... Hang on, let's get some codexes here. The tone is literally changed by the fact that we're in this location while the music is playing. It's a tool in addition to being something for its own sake, basically. Yeah, we'll go ahead and deal with this real quick. Should be... no?
This place seems strange. I wish there were more humans around.
Don't believe the rumors. The Consort would never reveal. What do you want? Oh, Commander.
Aye.
Is there something I can do for you? Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection. Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari Consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... that is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Right. So anyways, as I was saying, what was it? I was actually talking about something. Damn it, it's gone. I'm actually kind of tired. I'm not shutting down yet. It's getting late. Poor Duncan. Whoop, I don't actually want to talk to you yet. You would be able to tell. Well, actually, no, you wouldn't, because... Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. So the Consort is actually a fascinating character, because the implication throughout this entire thing is that she is a consort, aka an escort. Someone who is there specifically to be a high-level prostitute. I'm going to go ahead and say it like that. Not a flat-out, here's money, let's screw. The presentation, the political and cultural expectation of class, standing, etc., that's associated with it, that kind of a thing. So, however, when we read her, and especially when we actually have a chance to interact with her at times, it becomes a lot more clear, especially the more you know about the setting and the story, that what she is she is a very strong empath. Someone who can literally, she talks to you, but she's actually sensing, reading your mind, doing whatever she can with her biotic abilities while she's doing it, and in so doing, basically provides a degree of guidance, comfort, that kind of a thing, which is ironic in its own way, because it's the sort of thing you'd think about on the face of it, it's like, oh, well, why would anyone pay for that? And yet, at the same time, that is exactly the kind of thing people would, in fact, pay for, especially since, as a true empath, she could literally know what you're feeling, and when she says, I know how you feel, or tries to talk to you to make you feel, better about it or whatnot, she means it, and she knows what to say, especially since she's quite experienced and good at the job. That's why she is so expensive, that's why she has such prestige and political sway, that's why so many high-ranking individuals interact with her on such a regular basis. High generals, retired admirals, ambassadors, that kind of a thing. Yes, this is a New Game Plus, by the way. In case you doubt me... Whoops, wrong button. Is it this one? In case you doubt me, that's me. I guess I could have shown you this, too. Oh, I'm sorry, I have 9,999,000 credits. Oh, 9,999,999 credits. But yeah, that's the Consort. And actually, it's another one of those things that's not really surprising when you think about it, but I love the flavor of it. I love the little nuances it adds, because it would have been so easy to actually make her a genuine... prostitute. It could have made her a courtesan. You could have made her full-on a sex worker. It wouldn't even have changed the story all that much. However, they didn't, and it actually adds more to it, more to the setting, more to the world, etc. Okay, what order do I want to do things in? Let's do this. No, not yet. Yeah, let's do that first. Actually, I do like the sniper rifles quite a lot. In fact, it is my favorite weapon in this game. As I will now demonstrate. It won't let me fire when I'm faced. This is actually a kind of a cool mechanic. It literally will not... Here, I'll demonstrate with a gun that doesn't zoom in. Okay. You notice how I pull it up like this? I can even fire. Well, okay, in some cases, but... See, it goes up. You cannot shoot civilians in this game. It's actually kind of cool because it's like a halfway point in between the Fallout / Oblivion / Elder Scrolls thing where you can kill basically everyone, and most other games where you can only attack people who are specifically hostile to you. Gives you a bit of a sensation of freedom. There we go.
Welcome. I am Naylina. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
I actually really like the voice acting in this game. I know, I've said that like 8 times. But the voice acting on several of the Asari in particular, they picked women who really knew how to really work with their voice and make them... It's actually real. I don't even know how to explain it, but this one is a great example. Just listen to her talk.
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
You can hear the smile that she's just got glued to her face when she's doing it. Like, her voice is smiling, you know what I mean?
Commander Shepard, with the Alliance Navy.
Excellent. You should hear something in 3 or 4 months.
What do you do here, Nelina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
Have fun, Bing. Enjoy the movie. Say hi for me.
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
This is another one of those funny things where it sounds really suggestive, and yet it actually really isn't. You know, it's kind of funny in its own right. But what I love even more about this is the implication of what this is our first viewpoint into what the Asari actually are. I'll talk about that in a moment, because, yeah. But first of all, I just want to say hi to Beach Pilgrim. Nice to catch you. So, anywho, by the way, I didn't forget Bregman. Of course I didn't. I mean, how could I? Lost connection. Again. Come on back. Come on back. There we go. Damn thing. Anywho, so, one of the things that is fascinating is the Asari, forgive me for spoiling a little bit, are basically women that were... a race that were specifically engineered to be what was considered to be ideal in order to be well positioned for the next cycle. And it explains a lot of their features and attributes, but there's one conversation in Mass Effect 2, I'll point it out when I get there, which really, really speaks to how much of an impact the... God, I keep losing connection, this is ridiculous. How much of an impact the Asari has and how they are perceived by other races. Give me just a second. Network tracker back up. And how they're perceived by the other races. It's a human, a Turian, and I believe a Solarian, and all of them are talking about what they think is the most defining trait of an Asari. And each one of them points to something that speaks more towards their race. Because what the Asari are, everything I mentioned about the I can't think of her damn name, the consort, the lady I'm here to see, is very indicative of how the Asari approach everything in general, not just with regards to politics, but with regards to culture, with regards to personal reactions, with regards to their military. They tend to encourage others to see in them what they prefer to see as a form of manipulation, basically. Sometimes it is for, a more beneficial thing. Sometimes it is because they are interested in helping you, because they are being, altruistic. And then sometimes it's because they're not. And we get a lot of hints about this throughout Mass Effect 1 and 2. I think it's one of the few plot points in 3 that was part of the original story, given how much it was hinted at in both 1 and 2. One of the very few plot points in 3 that was from the original story.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
Sorry, I'll be dead by then, but don't worry, I'll be back.
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people, and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
The line just previous to that one is everything I was talking about the Asari in like one line. Again, very clearly foreshadowed, and yet it's one of those things that, like Babylon 5, if you didn't really know it, good foreshadowing is the kind where you won't notice it until you watch it again. And that's a good example of that, I think.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Nelina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with her.
Yes, of course, mistress. Huh. It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
What does she want to see me for?
I don't know. You'll have to ask her yourself. Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
Well then. So I'm actually dropping a lot of frames, but it's actually not my network. It's actually on Twitch's end, for once. I could go ahead and lower the quality if you guys want me to. It's up to you. I mean, I don't know how good this quality actually is on the stream for you guys, so let me know. Would you like me to lower the quality, yes or no? If I do, I have to stop the stream for a moment, but, you know, whatever.
I see even the humans find the consort irresistible.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you. You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
Alright, we'll keep it at this quality. Alright, I'm ready to meet the consort. Ready, she's gonna be right about... there, I can see where she's gonna be. Right there! Let's see if I was right. So, okay, real quick. I do want to talk about one other thing with regards to this. Although I could save that for Mass Effect 2, because Mass Effect 2 has a lot more of it, I think. We'll save it for later. So, real quick, just for fun, everyone out there, I want you to do a quick game for me. Name what your favorite race is in Mass Effect, and, more importantly, why. Go. And I'll be doing the consort scene while you do that. By the way, I love her bed. I could or chair, whatever this is. I could never sleep in this, like, ever. I need to be... yeah. But, yeah. Hitbox TV, yes I have, Death God Scythe.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our Citadel.
I don't like people spying on me.
I apologize, Commander. I make it my business to know when important people arrive on the station. Many of them become clients.
Love her lipstick, by the way.
That's not why I asked you here. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Maybe I can help.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Cora's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
I don't make any promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Commander. That is all I can ask. Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful. Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
As you wish! Aw, damn it. Fascinating answers, by the way. I'm not going to respond to everyone individually because that's impossible. But I love everyone's answers here, especially the more interesting ones. Like, for example, someone up there said he likes the Krogan because of their fight for survival. the fact that they have to struggle just to function. It is very interesting, isn't it, the way they do the Krogans. They're basically a race that would completely dominate... They're like the Xenomorphs. They would completely dominate the entire galaxy if they weren't constantly struggling for survival. By the way, for the Turians, I do actually really like the Turian visual design. When it comes to species that I would prefer to be in a generic, like if I could change my species to something, Turian is one of the ones that comes to mind, literally purely because I think they look cool. I really like how the Turians look. They look awesome to me. That's the reason. It's purely aesthetic. There's actually a lot of problems that would come with being a Turian, though, like the fact that they are... I suddenly can't think of it. They ingest different food than we do. Different types of food, I mean. Yes, we do, God Mode. We know exactly how the Krogan were before that. Pretty brutal and psychotic and tribal and all that stuff. It is debatable as to whether or not the Krogan would have been able to leave their planet with the way they functioned without being uplifted. But in my personal opinion, they would have. It would only have been a matter of time. And by the time they actually managed it on their own, they'd probably be a lot stronger for it, so... Dextro, thank you. I want to go here. But yes, Turians and Quarians are dextro-amino-base. Another wonderful thing in the hard science category, the fact that you actually, they actually have different food types for the races. Now, that differences of taste are mentioned in most other science fiction, but the fact that they actually ingest different amino acids is absolutely awesome, I think.
That's her.
Hi. Oh, damn, I actually missed. I'm getting old. There we go, that's better. How did that not kill you?
Those were Saren's men.
How do you know that, Kaiden? Quarian society is actually very interesting to me. The culture, actually, I really should put it more right. Quarian culture is really interesting to me. Now these are actually exotic dancers, aka we're dancing for money, and it's exactly what you think. And yes, you can actually sit down here and relax and get a show. We're gonna leave after that point, though, because no. Zaydenra only has eyes for Liara, I'm afraid. No, that's not her. Oh, well, there's Septimus.
Commander, what do you want?
What's bothering you, General?
I've seen a lot of horrible things in my days, and there's only one woman in this damn galaxy that helps me forget it.
So if you feel that way, then why spread lies about her?
Because she rejected me! Me! Septimus Oraka, General of the Turian Fleet!
This is a tough one. We're gonna go ahead and be understanding before we be harsh.
I think I can see why you're upset, but spreading these lies won't make it better.
Look, kid, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't waste your time.
Actually, we're gonna go with the Paragon option on this one.
General, did you ever win a battle by moping in a bar?
Ha, war. That's what this feels like, alright. How did I let it...
I like his outfit, by the way.
So you think it's that easy? Just straighten up and act like a general?
I don't think it could hurt.
Huh. Maybe you're right, Commander. Shaira's worth the effort, even if she won't have me back.
Now get up and get moving, General.
Oh my god, really?
I'll go to her, after I've had a cold shower or two. Say, you're a bright kid. would you be interested in earning a few extra credits?
What do you want me to do?
There's an Elcor diplomat out there who believes Shaira gave up his secrets.
Why does he think that?
Because I told him. Look, I just need you to convince him of the truth.
What makes you think he'll believe me?
You'll bring him proof. Take this datapad. It shows where I got my info. It will exonerate Shaira and convince the Elcor.
Who am I taking it to, and where is he?
His name is Zaltan. He's an Elcor diplomat. He's over in the embassies complaining about Shaira. Well, here's to soldiers acting like soldiers. Thanks, Commander. You know, you might make a good general yourself one day.
Foreshadowing!
Hard to imagine a general like that getting so upset about a woman.
That's because you don't understand women.
I need to be right back, guys. Sorry about that. So, was I disappointed by how the Quarians looked? I don't know what you're talking about. And I will actually answer your question super quick here. Zora. Boss Normandy. Okay, actually I've seen several good pictures of Quarians, but there's one I actually am not seeing immediately here. I was hoping I would. There we go. Well, anyways, long story short, I think the Quarians look fine. Oh my god, what?
Back off, Wrex. Fist told us to take you down if you showed up. What are you waiting for? I'm standing right here. This is Fist's only chance. If he's smart, he'll take it. He's not coming out, Wrex. End of story. This story is just beginning. Out of my way, humans. I have no quarrel with you.
What was that all about?
Who knows? Let's just try not to get caught in the middle.
So, as I was saying, whoops, actually. I guess I could God mode, because the problem is it's a really good mic. What you're actually hearing is the computer, believe it or not. Wait a minute, I do have one more thing. Kevin, I knew I had one more thing to do in here. And that's talk to you.
Sorry, I'll get to you when I can.
Maybe not yet. Okay, we'll get to you in a minute.
Hey there, sweetheart. You looking for some fun? 'Cause I gotta say, that soldier get-up looks real good on that body of yours. Why don't you sit your sweet little ass down beside old Harkin? Have a drink. See where this goes.
I'd rather drink a cup of acid after chewing on a razor blade.
You trying to hurt my feelings? You gotta do better than that. After 20 years with C-Sec, I've been called every name in the book, princess.
Call me princess again and you'll be picking your teeth up off the floor. Now tell me where Garrus is.
Okay, just relax. Garrus, you say? You must be one of Anderson's crew. Poor bastard still trying to bring Saren down, huh? I know where Garrus is, but you gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
I just need to know where Garrus is.
But it's all related, don't you see? The captain used to be a spectre. Didn't know that, did you? It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor, and then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. A Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
Ace of Spades, I know what you mean. I was actually being facetious. The picture that you get in Mass Effect 3 is pathetic, disgusting, and horrible, and frankly, I don't even consider it canon because of how absolutely lazy of an effort it is. The picture I just linked is what I've always used as my mental image of what the Quarians look like.
Just tell me where Garrus went.
Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's office. She runs the med clinic on the other side of the wards. Last I heard, he was going back there.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go. Let me drink in peace.
I really hate that guy because he's pathetic. Don't worry though, we'll see him again in Mass Effect 2.
Why didn't Captain Anderson tell us he used to be a spectre?
Maybe it's not true. Harkin's an ass. Bet he's just messing with our heads.
You're probably right.
But yeah, the actual picture, they took a stock photo and photoshopped it badly. And I stress that badly, as someone who has worked in graphics control, in graphics design more than a few times in my life. It was pathetic, the little effort they put into it. It's just, wow. Okay, hang on a second. Can I change this on the fly? Let's try this. There. Noise gate gone. No, Krenzler, this is Zaydenra. I'm gonna kill the crap out of Harkin later, I'll tell you what. I believe in both Mass Effect 1 and 2, after one playthrough, she ended up like something like 60% Paragon and 40% Renegade. Which is actually typical with most people who are role-playing something. Hang on just a second, I need to get ready for something here. Alright. This is it. It's the moment you've all been waiting for, people. Shooting Emily Wong! Damn it, it won't let me fire.
I'm Emily Wong. I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
What do you need?
I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
How do you know that my investigation is going to uncover anything you need?
You wouldn't be investigating if it weren't big. And if it's big, it's something I'd like to hear about.
No promises, but if I find anything relating to your case, I'll inform you.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
By the way, some people may or may not be aware of this, but Emily Wong is actually pretty awesome. She's not the one I was referencing that I'm going to be punching later. Spoiler alert. She's actually pretty cool. She has an awesome moment that would have been a better intro. Okay, I said this in the video, but if they had made that the intro to Mass Effect 3, fully pre-rendered even, fully cinematic, and just the whole thing right up to here's how a human dies at ramming speed. Damn, Mass Effect 3. Tell me that wouldn't have been incredible! Waste! Waste! So I'm going to show you guys a trick real quick, if I can remember. Okay, so you may or may not be aware of this, but this gentleman who is trying to get a refund from this Turian is doing so in Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. He finally gets his refund in Mass Effect 3, and it's for like 12 credits or something absolutely pathetic like that. It's a ridiculously small amount of money, and it's hilarious, and that's all I'm going to say. There's our keeper. And, okay, so let's see if we can figure out remember, I should say, the trick. Oh, Right, so, I was told once upon a time this gentleman was not actually in the console version of the game. I never actually verified that. So if anybody out there knows, feel free to tell me. But if you've never encountered this guy, this is Conrad Werner.
You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so honored to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And you are?
My name is Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
I spent most of my time trying to stay alive and help the colonists.
Hey, I know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
I guess. Okay, you just sign it.
Here you go.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife is going to be so impressed. I'll let you get back to work. But next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again.
Ah, thank you, Leslands. I knew there was some aspect of Werner that wasn't in something. Okay, there are certain moments in Mass Effect 3 I really did genuinely like, and I'll go on the record without question as saying that I liked his scenes in Mass Effect 3 when he's like, yeah, I'm actually an astrophysicist and super smart scientist guy, and let me actually talk to you about what it is you need for this thing. Oh, well, maybe you should go do that instead of being an idiot.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think.
This isn't the guy.
Very good things I have. You will see.
You saw it.
At least I don't think this... Is this the guy? No. I'm going to buy that while we're at it.
Closing and latching the bathroom door.
So I don't have to hear it.
Here. Haven't you just been... I don't know. Never mind.
My sister does not understand me. I'm so sad.
No, I don't. I'm gonna hang out here for like an hour since Jane is asleep over there.
Okay.
To get my work done.
I'm going to keep streaming.
Because I don't have a table to work off of.
Ah, okay. Makes sense. No, we just were here. Damn it. Okay, where do I need to go next?
Tomorrow at 8.
Let's go... There it is. That's what I want to go to.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear.
That was smart, Doug. Now, if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut around. Who are you?
Let her go.
Ah!
Enemy sighted.
Hi. Oh, whatever. Oh, there's a thing between us. Right, okay, sure. Hi. Ugh, fine. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I feel like being cute right now.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
You took him down clean.
Sometimes you get lucky. Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
I know those men threatened you, but if you tell us who they work for, we can protect you.
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
What Quarian?
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Where is she now?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Sarah. The Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
She must have something that proves he's a traitor. Did the Quarian mention anything about Saren or the Geth?
She did. The information she was going to trade. She said it had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shep. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Wrex to take him out.
Yeah, we saw him in the bar.
We could use him.
Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the C-Sec Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making threats. We brought Wrex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him at the Academy before he leaves.
Move out.
Yes, so, go away. Wait, no. You. And I guess you, for now. Actually, let's just bring Garrus. Just Garrus. Oh, damn, we can't do that. Damn it. Accept. Come on, Garrus.
If you feel lucky,
No, you can't get Wrex prior to this without glitching the game out, and it doesn't actually know what to do when you do so. Like, it literally will just... We need to go find Wrex, and Wrex is just back there in the background.
One of 500 to see the Ascension from the inside out.
Really?
Took almost 6 hours and we only saw 1/10 of the ship. I even got to meet the commander.
Matriarch Ladon. You met
What?
My pen caddy.
Well, she addressed everyone on the
Where
floor,
is?
But I got pretty close.
Should be on the table.
It's not on the table. I took it off the table and handed it to you to get it out of the way.
Very true.
You moved it someplace.
As much firepower as the rest of the
You don't remember. Got it. I will go look again.
It's not in the kitchen or the table. I don't have a memory of it. Okay, this is not... Oh, did I already get... Yeah, I already got that keeper. I'll be back there anyways. Alright, this is it. To the Presidium! One thing I like about Mass Effect is they go out of the way to emphasize how a ship that is...
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
A lot of science fiction likes to use ships that are stupidly big, or hideously big, or ridiculously big. And it just kind of gets ridiculous after a while. But I like Mass Effect and most, you know, hard science fiction things in general, because they tend to have much smaller ships in general. I mean, the Normandy itself is really only about the size of a destroyer in real life. But that's a good thing. And so when you see a ship that's actually big, like, say, you know, the size of the Enterprise, like the Destiny Ascension is, that actually feels much bigger because of the fact that, you know, everything else is a lot more reasonable. Make sense?
Fist is pissed if we take out his supplier.
That's the point. We want to make angry people in mistakes.
There's just something about Fist.
And yes, there are other ships than the Ascension.
It's a dangerous man. She drives people.
Yep, I'm going the wrong way. Or at least, hang on. Yeah, this is not where I wanted to be. Yeah, Sovereign is another excellent example of emphasizing just how big a ship is. In fact, again, I'll be talking about this later when it becomes relevant, but the hard science thing will really...
Do you feel that your training in the human military prepared you well for your duties, Gunnery Chief?
Trying to take down a rogue spectre and his army of synthetics? No, they didn't cover this in basic.
One of the things they really go out of the way to do is emphasize the reality of how physics works, even with Mass Effect fields. And then we see things that the Sovereign does that ships that size should not be able to do by our understanding of physics. And it emphasizes their control and ability to manipulate Mass Effect fields. The very fact that a ship like that can go into atmosphere at all is a huge amount of Mass Effect, zero energy, etc. manipulation. No, tasty snacks! You're gonna get ahead of me. Where am I? That all races herald the glory of the enkindlers, because we are the enkindlers, and the enkindlers are us. And truly we are they, and they are we, and we are in them throughout, to them throughout, for us. And the trees in the sky, in the middle, in space, are the enkindlers, and indeed, lo, within thine own eyes thou seest thyself, within enkindlement between thee and thine and theirs, and thus the enkindlers shall be. Okay, I am totally lost. Where am I going? What? No, stop. I would admit that the map could use some work in Mass Effect 1. Usually it doesn't matter if you know where you're going. I obviously do not. Yeah, Gordon. Much more invested in hard science. The dark energy thing, there's a reason I refer to this as the dark energy galaxy.
Unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Our protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the enkindlers, as the hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
I like the news reports in the elevators too, personally. Hey Wrex, what up? She's got the wiki open, God mode.
Fist's bar. Stay away from him.
I don't take orders from you.
This is your only warning, Wrex.
You should warn Fist. I will kill him.
You want me to arrest you?
I want you to try.
Go on. Get out of here.
Do I know you, human?
My name's Shepard. I'm going after Fist. Thought you might want to come along.
Shepard. Commander Shepard. I've heard a lot about you. We're both warriors, Shepard. Out of respect, I'll give you a fair warning. I'm going to kill Fist.
Fist knows you're coming. We'll have a better chance if we all work together.
My people have a saying. Seek the enemy of your enemy. You will find a friend.
I want to point out something real quick. There is a very well-known glitch in the graphics of Mass Effect 1 that there's actually a patch for, and I don't have it installed for some freaking reason, that Garrus's texture for his face is much lower res than it should be. And it's really obvious when you see a close-up of him, because most of the other textures are nice, high quality. His is just blurry as crap, so...
I think we're gonna get along just fine, Wrex.
Let's go. I hate to keep Fist waiting.
Okay, so now we've got a real party. Back up to this oh, actually, hang on. No, I'm not a Spectre yet. Nah. Even on New Game Plus, I don't think I... Can I go to the Spectre shop, like, right now? Despite not technically being a Spectre, even though I am a Spectre because New Game Plus, and I actually have Spectre gear. I don't remember how this works. I haven't played this in a while. Oh, right, we gotta scan him real quick.
Commander Shepard, here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
How did you know all that?
I'm the C-Sec requisitions officer. I need to make sure our buyers are authorized. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
Show me what you got.
Excellent. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Decent stuff, but nothing I actually want. Although I have a tendency to buy up licenses just out of habit. Oh, hang on. Let's see this. Hang on, Sean, I'm looking. It's taking a moment to load. Oh, wow, nice. Although, that's 2, so, yeah. Yeah, my Shepherd actually looks a bit different in 2, as you'll see. Okay, so... we need to go this way. So anyways, I'm going to show you a bug in a bit. Right. Just for anybody who's playing this game for the first time or isn't aware of it. It's the only bug I've ever really used in this game.
Binary Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud. The Krogan group had contracted Binary Helix to perform studies with a long-range goal of curing their genetic sterilization. The group later sued for a return of investment money when the study produced no viable results.
More lore building, more setting building here. I always love how tiny weapons look on a Krogan. It almost makes me wonder... I mean, I know why they use weapons, because weapons in lore in Mass Effect are actually stupidly strong. But they've got the... Wrex... Here, watch. Look at Wrex when he holds a weapon. That dinky little shotgun. Look at that. It's just... He's like cradling a kid's toy. It always amuses me. It's one of the things I liked about playing the Krogan melee, basically, in... Mass Effect 3's multiplayer.
Hey, I know you. You're Shepard, right? I was on Mindwar during the Blitz. Saw you on the vids when you got your medal. You saved the whole colony.
Looks like you have a fan.
I'm sorry, I just never thought I'd meet someone like you in person. My name's Lang. Officer Eddie Lang, Citadel Security. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. What are you doing down here in the wards? Anything I can help you with?
Do you know a C-Sec officer named Harkin?
I shouldn't really say too much. He's been on the force a lot longer than me. But I've heard things, you know? Drinking on the job, taking bribes, that kind of thing. Rumors mostly, but they suspended him, so some of it must be true.
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
Farewell. Forever. No, I'm kidding. So, favorite class in Mass Effect 1, Soldier. Favorite class in Mass Effect 2, Soldier. Most overpowered class, Infiltrator. Seriously. Cloak, Sniper. Ridiculously OP. When I did my actual, I forget the difficulty, but you know, the super hard difficulty, I did it with an Infiltrator. Right, okay, I actually want to go this way, I think? Is it this one or is it the one down here? It's the one down here. I've seen some really ugly guys in my time. Actually, I guess I could do the trick really quick, if I can remember how to do it. Let's see if I can remember it, guys.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from Fist's thugs, Commander. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been.
I'm just glad you weren't hurt.
Me too. Is there anything you need?
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Okay. I don't know why I'm buying this stuff. Okay, so we've unlocked the store there. Yeah, Vanguard is pretty rough in Mass Effect 2. Fun. Very fun. But definitely rough. Yeah, I'm doing the credits glitch for anybody who doesn't know this. I may have to remember this exactly, because I haven't done this in a really long time. In fact, I've only done this once, to be completely honest. I did this the first time I played Mass Effect. Yes, you can, Sigleaf. You can change everything between 1 and 2, basically. Appearance, class. It's basically explained away as part of the whole, you know, you died thing. Is it this guy?
Hello, Earth Clan. No doubt you've just come back from the colonies.
Favorite character in the whole series? Me.
Most excellent.
Wait, I didn't... you're right, I didn't do her mission yet.
Something pleasing.
You're right, I didn't do her mission yet. Buy some licenses, because I'm weird. Just go over there really quick. Well, I guess I don't actually have to do it. I want to help her anyway, so I'm going to do the mission, but you do her mission, you get this discount.
Yes, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
My parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
Maybe I already did do it. Whatever. Point being, you go buy from this one vendor, come here, sell to her. Or is it you buy from her and sell to him? I actually don't remember how this works. But either ways, you buy from her or sell to her. You buy from her to sell to the other guy. And you can basically start out with, I think you need to start with like 1,000 credits, which is not hard to get at this point. And then you literally have a method of getting infinite credits. And that's how you can actually afford Spectre gear and the really expensive stuff literally before you even leave the Citadel. So
I'll be going now.
I'm not actually going to demonstrate it because apparently I don't remember how to do it exactly. But that's the credits glitch for anybody who wants to just get a ton of credits and have some good gear to play through the game. I actually want to go this way because I want to go to the den now. What system's that on, Kit Castle? Okay, so I need to go there, and I want to go there. Yeah, let's do this real quick. Get this over with. Why, Braven? What's there to be depressed about this awesome 2 games? These awesome 2 games, I should say. On the TS. You got it, Kit Castle. Here's my rumination. Yeah, what's up?
Are you alive?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, I just heard a thump.
I'm fine.
Huh?
I'm fine, thank you, though.
You're not dead?
Not yet.
Okay. Was the thump you?
No, actually.
What am I hearing?
I don't know.
Weird.
Strange greeting, human. This is really not a good time.
I know who revealed your secret. It was a Quarian named Septimus.
Unbelieving, I know this Septimus, and he could not learn my secrets. The only way he could learn them is from the Asari Consort.
Here, this should be proof enough for you.
Confused. This is difficult to fathom. If the Quarian could learn this on his own, dismayed, anyone can discover my secret.
Good night, Permeus. Have a good one.
Septimus is a powerful man, and it wasn't easy for him to find.
Relieved. I suppose you are correct, human. Thank you for this information. Startled realization. I must speak with the consort. She will be most displeased with my actions. Anxious request. Please, human, if you will excuse me, I must go now.
So long.
Farewell.
Thankful. That was a great thing you did.
That was a good example of the camera focus thing.
Proving. You see, then not all humans are as you say.
I'm sure your friend stands to profit from this himself.
I do. Your demise.
Do not listen to my voice.
Mass Effect 3 Zaydenra Edition or Arshangai Edition will happen as soon as I take over the world. It's actually going to be like the second or third game I work on. Okay, I dealt with that. Actually, I do want to go back up here, don't I? Don't be silly, Lava Dude. Mega Man's... Final Fantasy... Breath of Fire... Secret of... So, anywho... Alright, with that... Whoops, damn it, I hit space too much. Speedrunning this game is hilarious, because if you hold the mouse in a certain way, you can just mash space through, like, every cutscene. I don't know what you're talking about, Tasty Snacks. Why would I play that horrible game? Yes, I'm going here. Regardless, though, I have played some of Witcher 2, and without wishing to spoil, so far, I am unimpressed. Remorsefully. Try not to scream, human. See, the bottom one there for Tali looks absolutely terrible, and I'm glad Tali does not actually look like that, as I've already shown you what she looks like. Don't worry, Operation Bellhammer is well in effect. I'm going the wrong way.
Looks like it's shut down. Look out!
Hi. Hey, what's up? Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, excuse me. Pardon me, excuse me, excuse me.
I will destroy you.
Oh, you have a lot of health. Okay, here. Excuse me, excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon me, excuse me, excuse me.
I'm on it.
Excuse me, pardon me. Pardon me, excuse me.
Incoming!
That's... I keep hitting R, because I keep wanting to reload.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer. Warehouse workers. All the real guards must be dead.
Stay back, or we'll shoot.
I just killed 50 bodyguards to get in here. What do you think I'll do to you?
Screw Fist. Doesn't pay us enough for this. It would have been quicker to just kill them.
Shooting people isn't always the answer.
Hi, I've got a shotgun. Ugh, for God's sakes. Garrus, move! Jeez. I'd have actually died just there because of Garrus. That would have been funny.
Wait! Don't kill me, I surrender!
Where's the Quarian?
She's not here, I don't know where she is, that's the truth.
He's no use to you now. Let me kill him.
Wait, I don't know where the Quarian is, but I know where you could find her. The Quarian isn't here, said she'd only deal with the Shadow Broker himself.
Face to face? Impossible. Even I was hired to an agent.
Nobody meets the Shadow Broker, ever. Even I don't know his true identity. But she didn't know that. I told her I'd set a meeting up. But when she shows up, it'll be Saren's men waiting for her.
Tell me where that meeting is before I blow your lying head off.
Here on the wards, the back alley by the markets. She's supposed to meet them right now. You can make it if you hurry.
Okay.
What are you doing? The Shadow Broker paid me to kill him. I don't leave jobs half done.
A lot of people died because of him. He had it coming. Now let's move. We have to save that Quarian.
Alright. Let's go save Tali, guys, and give her a hug. All in favor of Tali hugs, raise your hand. Yeah. Really? More thugs? Really? Okay, let me explain how this works. Any questions? Pardon me. Oh, I guess I'll kill you too. If you really insist. Is that it? Okay. Is it this way or the other way? I can never remember. I thought it was this way. Yep, I was right. Let's see. We haven't used the pistols yet. What's my pistol? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. You know what? Just take all. There. Thank you. Pistol. Oh, I actually have a spectre pistol with nothing in it, of course. Yeah. Sure. We'll put that in there. Sure, why not? There. Mass Effect 3 is a -1 out of 10.
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
They'll be here. Where's the evidence?
No way. The deal's off.
Oh, by the way, she's an engineer, which is also a really awesome class in this game, especially if you know what you're doing with it. Wow, I don't like pistol that much. This is pathetic. Look at this. Got a pea shooter here.
Fist set me up. I knew I couldn't trust him.
Were you hurt in the fight?
I know how to look after myself. Not that I don't appreciate the help. Who are you?
My name's Shepard. I'm looking for evidence to prove Saren's a traitor.
Then I have a chance to repay you for saving my life. But not here. We need to go somewhere safe.
We could take her to the human embassy. Your ambassador will want to see this anyway.
No hug option? Come on.
You're not making my life easy, Shepard. Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many?
And I've just got...
Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
I've just got, you know, a millennia-old war hero, Krogan, one of the best sniper, or at least he will be, Taurians of all time, and frickin' Tali Voss. I don't remember her originally. I keep wanting to call her Voss Normandy for some reason.
Making your day, Ambassador. She has information linking Saren to the Geth.
Soldier, Tal.
Maybe you better start at the beginning, Miss...
My name is Tali.
Raya.
Tali Zora Naraya.
We don't see many Quarians here. Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage. My rite of passage into adulthood.
Again, more setting and lore being woven into the dialogue, by the way.
I've never heard of this before.
It is a tradition among my people. When we reach maturity, we leave the ships of our parents and our people behind. Alone we search the stars, only returning to the flotilla once we have discovered something of value. In this way, we prove ourselves worthy of adulthood.
What kinds of things do you look for?
It could be resources like food or fuel, or some type of useful
She'll always be Voss Normandy for me.
Knowledge that will make life easier on the flotilla. Through our pilgrimage, we prove that we will contribute to the community, rather than being a burden on our limited resources.
Tell us what you found.
During my travels, I began hearing reports of Geth. Since they drove my people into exile, the Geth have never ventured beyond the Veil. I was curious. I tracked a patrol of Geth to an uncharted world. I waited for one to become separated from its unit. Then I disabled it and removed its memory core.
I thought the Geth fried their memory cores when they died. Some kind of defense mechanism.
By the way, I'd like to point out that there's a little tidbit of this that is also one of those foreshadowing that you don't notice unless you're going back through it. It is extremely likely that her usage of going through the Geth and dealing with the Geth was heavily influenced by her father, which we learn a lot more about in Mass Effect 2, and that's all I'm going to say for anybody who hasn't played that.
How did you manage to preserve the memory core?
My people created the Geth. If you're quick, careful, and lucky, small caches of data can sometimes be saved. Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
And again, at this point, Hardlight's already been established,
Eden
so...
Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
He said Eden Prime brought him one step closer to finding the conduit. Any idea what that means?
The conduit must have something to do with the beacon. Maybe it's some kind of Prothean technology. Like a weapon.
The quib.
Wait, there's more. Saren wasn't working alone.
Anybody actually get the quib reference, by the way?
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about Reapers.
I'd like to pause here and mention again that this is another example of dialogue that was obviously written and voice acted when, or at least when Benezia was intended to be the primary villain. The way that is structured from a storytelling perspective and a writer's perspective, it's clear that Benezia is actually the primary villain there.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
According to the memory core, the Reapers were a hyper-advanced machine race that existed 50,000 years ago. The Reapers hunted the Protheans to total extinction, and then they vanished. At least, that's what the Geth believe.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand it now. I saw the Protheans being wiped out by the Reapers.
The Geth revere the Reapers as gods, the pinnacle of non-organic life. And they believe Saren knows how to bring the Reapers back.
The Council is just going to love this.
This is a lot to handle. They might just ignore everything we tell them.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio files prove Saren's a traitor.
The Captain's right. We need to present this to the Council right away.
What about her? The Quarian?
My name is Tali. You saw me in the alley, Commander. You know what I can do. Let me come with you.
I want to share something really quick with you guys. One of the only reasons I was tempted to stay a male ship was because of you can romance Tali in Mass Effect 2. And I kind of want to... it's other than the fact that I actually really like Tali as a person, there's one quote that really explains why. So I'm going to go ahead and find this quote. Here it is. This is a quote by Tali. What can I possibly be suggesting? I mean, a young woman gets rescued by a dashing commander who lets her join his crew and then goes off to save the galaxy. How could she possibly develop any kind of interest in him? That just kind of sells it for me. But anyways, hey Pyro, what's up?
Thought you were on your pilgrimage.
The pilgrimage proves we are willing to give of ourselves for the greater good. What does it say about me if I turn my back on this? Saren is a danger to the entire galaxy. My pilgrimage can wait.
Join us.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Join me, Tali.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
So...
Anderson and I will go ahead to get things ready with the Council. Take a few minutes to collect yourself, then meet us in the tower.
So now we face the one thing, there's actually like 5 things, but the one thing that really bugs me every time I play Mass Effect 1. Can anyone out there guess it? I bet you can. Oh my god, my neck hurts. I guess we'll go with her and Garrus for right now. I leveled, apparently. Yay. Yeah, only 2 party members. There are 4 party members I actively like and want with me on basically every mission in this game. And I can only bring 2 of them with me. That just bugs the crap out of me.
Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
What do you need?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
By the way, this gentleman is voice acted. You may recognize this voice actor from Diablo 2, for anybody who's curious.
We'll look into it.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Boston. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time. I just want to give my wife a proper funeral and the respect she deserves.
So, a lot of people I've talked to, and especially people who really tried to sell me on the Witcher series, were really big on the concept of no right answer. In other words, you know, neither of the 2 choices you have, or 3 or whatever, but mainly 2 choices you have in a particular situation or decision is not the right choice, is not the good choice. There's one choice with pluses and minuses, and another choice with pluses and minuses. This is probably the first real choice like that in the Mass Effect series, and it's one that always has resonated with me personally. This gentleman just wants his wife's body back so he can do her a proper funeral, a proper burial, and bury his dead wife. That I don't think is a very difficult thing to understand. However, as we learn from the gentleman, and we'll learn here in just a second, they're not just withholding it for no reason. They're actually trying to analyze and study her in a lab, in a laboratory for science, basically, in order to try and develop better defenses against the Geth. They're not trying to be evil or wrong or bureaucratic or obstinate or anything. They're trying to save more lives. Neither side is wrong.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the Diplomatic Corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
I'm here on behalf of Samesh Bhatia for his wife Nirali.
Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
You're studying her injuries to learn more about Geth weaponry.
The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
Now, you may wonder at my choice here, which is this one, actually. But honestly, the reason why comes down to something very simple for me. The fact that I'm having a hiccup in my internet. Hang on a second. Okay. Something very simple for me. Her experimentation, her analyses may save lives. Her return to her husband to be properly buried will give him some closure with the loss of his wife. However, I'm going to go ahead and... Well,
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body is wrong.
Commander, you of all people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
Not if we lose our humanity in the process. I am out here fighting to stop crap like this.
All right, Commander. You win. It was hard enough refusing Mr. Bhatia. I'm not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
So, speaking of weird things to make fun of, how many of you recognize the thing? Yeah, Geth weapons weren't actually that different, God mode. You get a message about it in Mass Effect 2. That's cheating, though. That's metagaming. When so many characters in the Mass Effect thing, they actually have scripts for their motions when they're doing this, and there's a few. You'll start to notice a few after a time when You know, they just do them over and over through conversations. But the one that always amuses me is when the conversation's over and whoever it is you're talking to leaving, they always move in like the exact same manner to their right, and they go like, whew, and then they start moving away. And every time I see it, it cracks me up. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I should start doing that on my rumination videos. When I'm done with the rumination, rather than going, I'll just be like, and you know, walk off the camera.
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
I reminded Mr. Bosker what we're fighting for. Your wife is coming home.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations.
Now watch.
It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace.
I think he might do it.
Goodbye, Commander.
Yep, look, and he. Oh, it didn't show the whole thing, but he was like, he started to do it. So yeah, one thing I do have to point out that actually pisses me off about Mass Effect 2, the DLCs, to my knowledge, granted it's been a while since I've had to deal with anyone purchasing them, don't go on sale. You can actually buy Mass Effect 2 for cheaper than the DLCs for Mass Effect 2, which is retarded. I actually paid more for the Shadow Broker by itself than I did for Mass Effect 1 and 2 combined when I picked up the Steam the new copies on the Steam. Okay, so I did that. I guess we're going up. Right? No, I want to do this first. Oops. Damn it, I didn't mean to interrupt the conversation. Alright, I'm ready to see the consort. Hey, consort!
Commander, I recently received a lovely note from Septimus. Thank you for speaking with him. Even the Alcor diplomat has withdrawn his campaign against me.
It was my honor to aid you.
You are too kind, Commander. But I would not expect you to help me out of the kindness of your heart. I also have one more thing to give you, if you are interested.
I love this. There's, of course, there's, what is it? And then there's, very. Oh. Of course there's a Solarian acolyte. Think about how good they'd be with their fingers and their tongues, and I'm going to stop talking about that now. There is a Rachni on the moon because... science! And then some confetti flies out. Space Runaway Ideon, I don't recall it, no. Sorry. Yeah.
I'd be honored.
I offer a gift of words, an affirmation of who you are and who you will become. I see you. Your uniform fits as though you were born wearing it. You are a soldier through and through, proud, solitary, alone. But it gives you strength. It is that strength that people are drawn to. It is why you lead and others follow without question. You will need that leadership in the battles to come. This may be who you are, but it is not who you will become. It only forms the basis for your future greatness. Remember these words when doubt descends, Commander.
I just feel like pointing out that for those of you who have been here since the beginning, remember again that in my storyline, that's actually Zaydenra. You know, the Echo, the member of the Bastion. And remember the words she said. When I first did my first playthrough of Zaydenra and I got to this section, I was just like, wow, that's actually pretty spot on for how I was envisioning her.
You have quite a gift, Shaira.
Thank you. Not everyone appreciates it as you do. Never underestimate the power of words. Here, Commander. In light of your efforts with the Alcor ambassador, I would like you to have this small trinket.
By the way, what she says is actually changed based off of 2 variables, and it can actually blend. It's not like one speech depending on the variables. There's several lines, and they get slotted in and out depending on how it works. So,
what is it?
A small mystery. I have never learned its use or purpose, but I sense it is time for me to pass it on. And now I must ask you to leave. I have done everything I can for
Okay.
you. Remember my words, Commander Shepard. They will give you strength.
Okay. Come on, Tali. Oh, hang on. Yeah, sure, whatever. Garrus, here, have something real, and by real I mean put on a sniper rifle, damn it. There we go. Tali, you use a shotgun. There we go. No. No. There we go. Auto level! Auto level! Nowadays I usually don't bother for obvious reasons. I don't actually remember if there is one armed devil. I've never gotten it personally. I could be totally wrong though. Okay, so I did that and I did that. Oh, okay, yeah. Most useful character for me is actually usually Tali. Her engineering skills are pretty much top-notch, and you fight a lot of Geth in this game. I could micromanage the teammates, but I don't care enough to. As I mentioned much earlier as I was playing the game, your teammates are basically completely worthless in Mass Effect 1, as far as combat goes. They might as well not even be there. Like, I would actually prefer for the two people to, like, go away in combat, and then they just appear again for conversations, because they're so useless. I also admit I did not care for the way they did the inventory in Mass Effect 1. That's one of the few things that I think was flat improved in Mass Effect 2. Dramatic scene.
Come on. Udina's presenting the Quarian's evidence to the Council.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
Who is she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
I tried to warn you about Saren and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
A fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region, keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
I just feel like pointing out that this is such an obvious display of politics, it's actually kind of pathetic. Like, not on the part of the writers, that's not what I mean. This is pretty much exactly what would be happening here. Mr. Ambassador is immediately... he doesn't give a damn about this whole, Reaper thing or saving the galaxy or anything like that. He is literally just trying to push his agenda, just like, as I mentioned earlier. And, of course, the Turian Ambassador and the other people who are pushing back against the humans are pushing right back. So, yeah, we'll just offer the obvious answer.
I can take Saren down.
The commander's right. There is a way to stop Saren that doesn't require fleets or armies.
No, it's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
You don't have to send a fleet into the Traverse, and the Ambassador gets his human spectre. Everybody's happy.
Big moment.
Commander Shepard, step forward.
I think what I love about this moment is there's actually a lot of other people who apparently were just witnessing this entire meeting here.
It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
I'm honored, Counselor.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Yes, I do, Zed.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training. You should go down to the C-Sec Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
I thought the ambassador would be a little more grateful. He didn't even thank you.
Before we keep going, I want to mention one little subtlety that just happened there. One of the things that's I mean, I could point out how the Asari obviously makes such a lead point in all of the interactions with the Council, being what is effectively the head of the Council, despite, the protest that it is a council and there's no head of it, blah, 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 blah. Come on, come back. Pick up. Freaking connection. But despite that, the thing I really want to point out is the fact that this is a really political game that's being played here with the whole Spectre thing. Basically, even though they didn't want a human Spectre, and even though that adds prestige and weight to the humans in the political field, what that actually does, and probably the main reason why the Council was willing to do this, and especially the Asari was willing to do this, to have a human Spectre, is it solidifies Citadel control over Alliance matters, because it adds a great deal of political weight to the Citadel space and the Citadel Council species over the Alliance, which is basically just a newcomer to the overall Citadel space in general, and doesn't actually really adhere to Citadel or rather to the Council's authority. Having an actual human spectre, you see where I'm going with this, right? One other thing I want to point out, though, again, most people, when we see specters, this is actually not fully true. I just want to share this. When we see specters, when we see something like this, it's one of those things where you hear about this specter, and everything you hear about is how the specters are the best of the best, and they're amazing, incredible, and they're heroes, and blah blah blah. And one of them's turned evil. Most people reading or watching or game playing or whatever that doesn't even faze them. And why would they? if you know what I mean. That's actually a pretty common thing to happen in history. And yet, if you think about it, there is a significance to that. After all, Saren was basically the best spectre. It actually makes perfect sense that he would be the one that Sovereign would choose. I have absolutely no doubt that Sovereign did specifically seek out Saren and choose him. After all, as we'll talk about in a bit, and one of the reasons Mass Effect 3 was wrong, the Reapers are not blunt instruments that just walk in and do things. They are careful, methodical, and meticulous. I have no doubt that Sovereign spent years, actually very likely centuries, I believe about 2,000 years, give or total. I'd have to look at the timeline, but it's been a while. Sovereign has been spending this entire time prepping for what's about to happen, what they're going to do. I have no doubt he specifically and deliberately sought out Saren. And that's why Saren went rogue. As we already discussed, Saren was not necessarily a bad person prior to him, being indoctrinated. And, the same could be said of Benezia. And I just mentioned that because it's a quiet little point that is actually foreshadowing that no one would get, because, as Sean just said in the chat there, good guys go rogue all the time. We don't think about the reasons why good guys tend to go rogue in most time in fiction, because it just happens in real life and in fiction. You see where I'm going with this? This game has a lot of really tiny layers of subtlety to it that really helps flesh it out. I really enjoy it. Saren is basically if James Bond became a bad guy with all the resources, all the access, skill, knowledge, power, etc. What's the other thing I was going to talk about real quick? Well, there's another political thing that's going to be happening in a second, but we'll get to that when we get there.
What do you expect from a politician? Come on.
Right behind you. Now, it is worth noting that I just lost connection again. Waiting for it to come back. Okay. It is worth noting that everything I just said about that is kind of invalidated by Mass Effect 2, because we do see another Spectre in Mass Effect 2 who is pretty, she's pretty far down on the pragmatic scale of... pretty far down on the cynical side of the pragmatic scale. So... what am I doing? I'm going to the... none of those. Yeah, I am. I'm going here. Okay. But yeah, as Baronessa points out, Sovereign had organized most of the major events that are historical things on a galactic scale were actually arranged by Sovereign. And enough said, really. I'll talk about that more a little bit later. No? Okay, where am I supposed to go? I actually don't remember what I'm supposed to do next here. You've proven Saren's due. No. The docking bay, right. Academy, right, okay. I think I've done everything else on the Citadel I wanted to, pretty sure. Trying to remember.
Go up by more than... Well, okay, this time don't go up by more than 200.
Allow me to be your guide.
Raise eyebrow.
That was less than 200.
What was less than 200?
Mwah.
Good nights.
Good nights. I'm going back. Bye, guys.
Farewell for...
Have fun. Don't stay up too late.
I will stay up until 7 to get you... Oh, crap. Anyways, have a good night.
Yeah, you have thing tomorrow evening, so you need to make sure that you're up.
Yarr.
Dress nice. Do I need to be back here in time to make sure you're dressed appropriately?
No.
Okay.
Let's see.
I don't believe him that he knows how to dress. I only ever see him in knit jersey shorts and...
I guess I could do the mission with Jenna, but I don't actually feel like it, especially since I didn't actually start it properly. Yes, this is where I want to go. I was right.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
Damn it. I really have to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Yes! I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
So, I want to talk about this really quick. A lot of people I know don't fully understand the attachment a captain tends to have with their ship. It doesn't even extend, just to captain. Most people tend to have a great deal of a thing for their ship. This is true in real life quite a bit, in addition into fiction. Captain Anderson just lost his ship. Now, I don't know if you fully get that. I don't mean to say that's insulting, it's just that is something that I know a lot of people who play this game kind of skipped over, because if you think about it, it is actually a very logical choice. Shepard needs a nice, good ship. She's already been an XO on it for some time. She knows the people on it, and Anderson will still be supporting her from, the Citadel, and Anderson will basically get a sideways move towards a desk job, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. From a purely paperwork, on paper standpoint, it makes perfect sense. But the point is that Anderson this is not actually the first time Anderson has basically screwed up, and he is also so connected to the Saren issue, and has also already proven that he is a little bit too attached to it, too volatile, emotionally about the situation, as I mentioned earlier, and I have no doubt Udina picked up on that. So Anderson is basically being punished by this, and I have absolutely no doubt that it is an intentional punishment, that this is actually politics being played at here, that Udina is doing this to smack down Anderson and also keep him a little bit more under line, or possibly someone above Udina or next to Udina, because Udina doesn't actually have the authority to change around a captaincy. He would have had to go through military channels, but the fact that he got that authority means that nobody's really on Anderson's side in this case, so... See, the problem is, every time I see this, my first thought is to try and comfort him, because I understand. Zedenra understands. Of course she does. So we'll be understanding, but I just want to be like, no! But she understands.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Now, the thing is, when I'm playing this game normally, I want to press, because of course I do, I want more info, but the harsh reality is Zedenra wouldn't, so she knows this is a sore wound, and she doesn't want to prod it, so she's just going to back off.
What kind of leads do we have?
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The Conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharaohs in Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the Conduit is before he does.
Anything else?
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni.
That sounds familiar.
We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
Your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and...
Damn it, Udina.
Cleaning it up.
I love this. I'm sorry. I love this. Commander Anderson is exactly right. You're a Spectre. You don't answer to anyone. Udina's the one who's like, but politics. That's your job.
I'll take care of Saren. You take care of the political fallout.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre.
Actually,
I have a meeting to get
she's
to,
not actually
Anderson
human,
can answer
so...
any questions you might have.
Okay, now that Jackass is gone...
Yes, Commander?
Let's go to the obvious thing that she wants to say. Because again, the other reason she didn't press the issue is Udina was right there, so...
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing. But you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Alright. Peace.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need me.
Don't worry, we'll make you councilman. It'll be great. What?
The Normandy is amazing, Shepard. It's an honor to be among her crew.
There you are. I think? Yep, I was right. So, okay, guys. I always go for Liara first. Because... Well, because duh. But especially because you get more cutscenes and more dialogue. However, if you save Liara for last, she kind of goes crazy from hunger and dehydration. Now, admittedly, speaking from experience, that's actually a really unpleasant thing to go through, so I don't really want to make Liara go through that. And there's some other reasons, so I'm sorry, guys. I was thinking about making it a choice, but I'm just going to go after Liara first. Sorry. Oh, by the way, I gotta share something real quick. Once upon a time, I saw a YouTube video that was shows what happens if you pick Udina instead of Anderson to be the council member. The description for the YouTube video was something paraphrased. Nobody ever picks Udina. Even renegades don't pick Udina. So I thought I'd go and pick Udina just this once and record it, so that at least we can see what would happen.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in...
Heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Now we do things my way. No, we do this.
Crew, this is Commander Shepard. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. Humanity needs to do this. Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped, and I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. The captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, ironically, I'm about to get right back off the ship because I forgot to do something. Now that we've had our dramatic moment. Yeah. We'll keep those two for now.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
Let me out. Let me
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
No, see, it only works, Olivia, if you scream for Sarah the entire time. Oh no, Anderson isn't incompetent at all. I'm out for a second.
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists. The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
Anderson is not actually incompetent. In fact, he is actually very competent. Even if we ignore Mass Effect 3 as existing in 1 and 2 and in the books, he is very competent. He just got screwed over by external circumstances more than once. I would totally do a speech like that if I was actually in charge. I'd be like, crew, we must save the entire galaxy, but first I need to go shopping. I will be right back. What do I have on? I have... Oh, weird. Got a Bregvin? I'm gonna go kill your grandmother real quick.
Hello, Commander.
Show me what you got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre. Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Just show me what you got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Okay, where's the good stuff? By the way, throughout this game, for anyone who's playing this for the first time, every now and again you'll see something that's qualified a unique item. It's usually a metagel upgrade or a grenade upgrade. Buy that. It's high priority. It gives you another stock of metagel or grenades. It's the most valuable thing in this entire game, in my opinion. Okay, so... Yeah, sure. I'll just buy all that stuff out. That cost half... No, that cost... Yeah, that cost half... 5 million credits. That's insane. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's get a real gun here. Except I already have a real gun. Nope, there we go. That's the one I want. Yes, that one. Equip. There we go. I don't know why I didn't have my spectre thing here. Much better. Cryo rounds, which are much better in Mass Effect 2, actually. Speaking of which, yeah, you've got a nice thing, and you got a nice thing. Alright, we're good. I could upgrade the other weapons, I guess. Did I get the shotgun? Yeah, I did, okay. Let's go ahead and equip that. There we go. Spectre gear, Spectre gear. So yeah, the only requirement for getting those is being a Spectre, which is pretty easy and very early in the game, and having the 5 million credits, so that's why you could do the credit trick.
In remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another profile in courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia.
Oh shoot. I meant to do something else too. Damn it.
Military under the Deferred Education Plan. After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more profiles in courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance Military on the extranet. Keyword, courage.
I only talked about it briefly, Zed. Very, very briefly. Basically, I just said I think the change was dumb in Mass Effect 2. But, and that's all I said. Alright, so, now that I screwed up completely, back down we go!
Do you ever regret leaving Citadel security to pursue Saren, Garrus?
Fighting a rogue spectre with countless lives at stake and no regulations to get in the way, I'd say that beats CSEC.
I'm pleased that the imminent destruction of all organic life has improved your career opportunities.
Well, in fairness, Garrus is correct. I mean, what would you rather be? A Rent-A-Cop or one of the elite soldiers fighting to save the entire galaxy? Alright, where is that twit? I'm on a PC, Mr. Feelgood. Where am I going? Here, I think. I think we all have those stressful days, unfortunately. Or did I not get the tidbit? There she is.
Word on the street is that you've been busy. Congratulations on taking down Fist. I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything in his office that could help me?
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got Fist files? This could be even bigger than I'd hoped. Here, Commander, for your trouble.
What would my future cooperation be worth? Say, an interview when my investigation is over?
Exclusive? You talk to me before you talk to anyone else? That would be worth quite a bit, and I'd be very happy to compensate you accordingly. Here you are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
Oh, gotcha, Feelgood. Sorry. I can't bring myself not to do it. Okay, so let's talk about why I'm such a loser. One of the things that's true for me when I care about a game or a character in a game, and I do have to mention it's the caring part. I do have to actually care. But if I do, I can't bring myself to do certain types of actions, like willfully ignore a quest or deliberately not do, something that I could do, or leave Liara last, that kind of thing.
Commander Shepard, good to see you again. Anything you need?
Except
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
So I just can't bring myself to do those kind of things. So I have to actually go and talk to Jenna and help her out, because, damn it, if I don't, nobody else is going to. And also, I think it affects something in Mass Effect 2, but whatever. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm not even sure if it actually does. Feel free to correct me if I am entirely incorrect. By the way, I like how the club thing is an Asari for their symbol. I just mentioned that because they have more than just Asari working here, but, you know, of course the Asari is the symbol for this. There she is. Damn it. Okay, where do I start the Jenna quest? I just want to help you! Let me help you! Let me help you! Let's see if I can look it up before people can. I don't care if she affects anything in 3. Oh, I have to go to Flux. That's right. This is the dumb place. Flux is way over there. What's the quickest way to Flux? Yes, actually, Zero Zeta. And as usual, I don't think that's a laziness thing. I think that's actually a subtle point that they're making. Yeah. I thought there was a one to go straight to Flux. I am apparently wrong, though. Okay. We'll go to the embassy. That's close. Alright. No, I'm wrong. Where the hell's Flux? You know what's funny is I completely skipped a step here. Maybe that's in Mass Effect 2. Yeah, God dang it, I'm actually getting this place mixed up. Let's go to medical. Apparently, okay, people are telling me what to do. Oh, right, I never actually went in there. Duh. That would be why. And that's that one, yep. Yes, Zero Zeta. A fairly large number of Asari spend their time as strippers, entertainers, consorts, as sexual or unsexual as you prefer. They kind of run the gamut. Wait, am I in the right spot? No, I am not. I need to go more this way. So some become that, some become mercenaries, some become normal clerk type work. There's quite a gamut. There. I mean, there are plenty of Asari who just work as ordinary workers. Ah, yes.
I'll bring her back in a second, but she doesn't want to come.
I'll see if I can talk some sense into it. Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. So, what can I do for you?
What were you discussing with the Volas?
Who, Doran? Oh, I was just asking him about my sister. See, she worked for Doran before she left to... sorry. I don't want to bore you with my problems.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Well, okay. My sister Jenna left here to go work at Cora's Den. The problem is, she's working as an informant for CSEC. You know, eavesdropping on the people there. If they find out what she's doing, they'll kill her.
I assume CSEC is protecting her?
They can't watch her all the time. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I think she stays there just to spite me.
Do you know who her contact at CSEC is?
No. It's all very secret. Last time I asked an officer, he told me to stay out of it, for Jenna's safety.
Maybe I could help her understand just how dangerous Cora's Den is.
Would you? That'd be great. Just don't tell her I sent you. Well, I should get back to work before I get in trouble. Thanks.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but Shepard is fundamentally the worst dancer in the known world. I don't even remember if you can... Oh, by the way, you can actually play gambling in this game. It's, I don't know how to explain this, so we'll just do this and try to show here. So now we're up to 11, right? So we need to... let's do this. And, yeah, well... sure, we'll risk it. Nope. It's basically blackjack, is a pretty good way to put that, now that I'm thinking about it. Where's the... Actually, can you dance in Mass Effect 1? I don't remember. I really don't. I remember dancing in other ones, but not the first one. I really don't remember. I don't see like an interactable for dancing. Unless I just have to go out here and, you know... Do it! Do it!
You almost never see any keepers in this game. I guess they don't care what happens here. That music keeps me.
This music is interesting. I wonder if I can find a copy to bring back to the flotilla.
Damn it, how do you dance?
Welcome to Flux. Name's Doran. What can I do for you?
Are you the owner?
Owner, cook, and bartender. I've even been known to dance a little when the mood strikes me. We've got some quasar stations, if you're interested.
Goodbye.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
I don't remember, honestly, if you can dance in this one at all, so... I got nothing. I'm sorry, guys. No dancing, because I can't figure out how to do it, even if you can do it. Here, I'll dance. There. Oh, gotcha, Sean. That would explain it. We want to go to here. By the way, let me go ahead and say that one thing I like about Mass Effect 1 Citadel, Capital City, is the fast travel system. If it didn't exist, this place would be much more of a pain to deal with. I mean, way more of a pain. Can you imagine if you had to actually walk everywhere and deal with the elevators every time you wanted to go anywhere? I mean, oh my god.
Hi, I'll be with you in just a sec.
I'll wait right here.
Why do I get the feeling you're not here to order drinks?
I need to talk to you about your work with CSAC.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to my customers.
This isn't a game, Jenna. These people are dangerous.
Now you sound like my sister. Why is everyone so concerned about me? I can take care of myself. I need to go. I'm not a stripper. I don't get paid to stand around and look pretty. She puts on a brave face. I'm busy. The other waitresses are okay.
Well then, I must save you from yourself, Jenna. Ugh.
If you've got questions about Jenna, meet me at CSEC Academy.
Are you talking to me?
Push off. I never did nothing to you. Damn newcomers. Think they can run the place.
That was odd. What was he trying to tell us?
I guess we better go find out.
I never liked that little cutscene right there. It makes my character look like she's an idiot, when she's obviously not. I mean, God, do you not know how to be undercover? I know you're a soldier, but come on. Wait. Is it here? Yeah, it is. Okay. I don't remember where I'm meeting this guy. Ah, over there. I mean, I guess I am a soldier who just shoots things with a... Oh, hang on. Let's get a shotgun out here. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Alright, and then there's this quest.
He's threatened you?
Well, no, not exactly. But he wants to meet with me. I think he's going to kill me.
And why do you think that?
I can't really get into the details.
but Shorban will kill me if I leave here unprotected.
I can't help you. Not unless you give me something more to know.
I can't. I'm sorry. Hey there. Oh, you're not Seasec, are you? Did you want something?
What were you trying to explain to the officer before?
My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I want. Someone to talk to him. Tell him to leave me alone. He thinks he can just push me around, but you'll show him, won't you?
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Oh, well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Shorban. He's a Solarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist.
Wasn't that the Solarian who asked us to scan the Keepers?
The Keepers? Well, even more reason to go after him. That's against regulations.
I better look into this right away. Find out what he's up to.
Anything's possible with Shorban these days. Well, good luck.
The truth is, scanning the Keepers is what made Chorban become indoctrinated.
No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
Excuse me?
You could have blown Jenna's cover.
We were just getting information, Jenna.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take all the risk, but we're keeping a close eye on her.
But you're still using her.
This job isn't easy, and it's usually unpleasant. I'll take help anywhere I can find it. But since you are so concerned with her safety, maybe there's a way we can help each other.
Always thinking ahead, Detective?
As part of the job. Now, are you going to help me or not?
Yeah, sure.
I'll help you, but I need some details.
I'm trying to track down an illegal arms producer. I just need some of their product. Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a cellar here on the Citadel. Meet our man named Jax. Pick up the mods and bring them back here. That'll give me everything I need.
Where can I find this Jax?
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels and you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
So anyways, yeah, it actually makes sense to me that the Keepers being fully rebuilt, just like the Protheans were, and thus being fully reprotect, would actually be able to indoctrinate. Especially if one is exposed to them a little bit too much. However, I just gotta say it's an extremely creepy thought if you think about what simple exposure to the Keepers would do to you over time. And I'm just going to let that thought sit there, and you can think about that as much as you'd like to. Yeah. Yeah, let me get my shotgun. Okay, I'm ready to talk to you.
That's close enough, Army. You got my payment?
Do you have the mods?
Show her the goods.
Looks good.
Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my credits.
Here you go.
Here you go. Enjoy it. Come on, boys. We're done here.
It would also explain the push towards, well, we only see our cycle. Well, actually, we see a pretty good hint of how both our cycle and the previous cycle kind of pushed for one concrete, powerful nation, the Citadel space, the concept of the overarching council having domination over everything. and having a great deal of standardization. Remember I talked earlier about how you had to have permits and licenses in order to just be able to preach? Think about how many different layers and how finite of a detail it goes down to for everything being under very specific control of the Citadel and of the Council, thanks to their way of thinking being altered by the very existence and presence of the Keepers.
Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Is there something you want?
Drop the act. I want to know what's going on, Shorbin.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. My experiments are...
We're not buying it. Jalid told us you've been after him.
You spoke with Jalid? Then you know about the data?
No, but you're gonna tell me everything.
You boys can go. Looks like my plans have changed. It's not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little over our heads.
Keep talking.
The company we work for developed an experimental procedure for use in medical scanners. Jalid and I saw even more potential, so we stole the plans and secretly developed a tool to scan the Keepers. Can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keepers?
What's so special about that?
The Keepers are almost impossible to scan, and you can't capture them or get samples. They just self-destruct. After centuries here, we still don't know anything about them. Don't you see? We were the first to scan them, ever. You've seen it yourself, Commander. You know we can do it.
Why are you trying to kill your partner?
I'm not trying to kill him. Jalid's job was to disseminate our initial findings. But he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it. I don't know.
I should kill both of you idiots.
We lost our heads. Just couldn't let an opportunity like this pass us by. Commander, if you just continue gathering data for me, imagine what we might learn. You stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
I suppose a little scanning here and there won't hurt anyone.
Very good. Maybe if you wouldn't mind speaking with Jalid. The data you're gathering for me is useless if Jalid won't help me analyze it.
I'll go have a chat with him right now.
Thank you. And happy scanning, Commander.
Ahem. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Okay, so... You can skip a lot of actual actions in a lot of these, in both Mass Effect 1 and 2 by choosing the right Paragon and Renegade choices. You may or may not have noticed I usually don't do that deliberately because I prefer to actually do the quest. That's a role-playing decision. I'd rather actually help solve their problem rather than convince them they should help me, etc., etc. Although, actually... this is a Zaydenra run, Mass. Where's my... Oh, okay, right, yeah. Oh wow, I actually haven't maxed out Intimidate. Huh. Go figure. I like... oh, whatever. I'll keep leveling up. There's always more exp.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorbin?
I found out you've been lying to me, Jalid.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
You forgot to mention the data about the Keeper.
He told you? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Shorbin would kill me to get the data, so well, I was hoping you'd take care of him.
I'm scanning the Keepers for Shorbin, but you two need to stop fighting.
You're helping us? But, well, if you say so. Well, if Shorbin can forgive and forget, then so can I. I appreciate the help, Commander. I better go get that data analyzed.
Volus amused me so much.
Commander, I hear you have something for me.
Here's your shipment, Jellic.
Excellent. This is everything I need. Maybe more than I need. Here, Commander, take this. I won't need it. You earned some payment for your work. As for Jenna, I'll make sure we get her out of Core's den immediately.
Now I need to get these mods into evidence. Thanks again, Shepard.
Completely different screwed up voice acting there, by the way. In case you didn't catch that. I'm not actually sure if that's a different voice actor, or if they just forgot to put the filter on the thing. Luzlands, they are in control of the Reapers. What are you talking about? Like fully, 100%. Granted, not in direct control, but they could be.
The Quarians endangered the entire galaxy when they let the Geth break free. I hope your people are properly contrite, Tali.
As the Turians are properly contrite for releasing the genophage upon the Krogan.
You're assuming that sterilizing them was a mistake.
It would also be interesting if the Collectors had a similar thing where they were also continuously generating a very weak indoctrination field, like super weak, but still present. Yeah, I gotta love the load times in this damn game.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard.
I like how I immediately
Exo
changed out of my
Presley
armor.
Stands relieved.
You're relieved, Presley.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Joker's another one of those characters that has depths to him that most of the characters in Mass Effect actually do. It would be easier to point to the ones that don't. But I really like the way his personality develops over the course of the games. Yes, Jennifer Hale plays female Shepard, and that's Seth Green playing Joker, if you don't recognize him.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I'm the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Froelich syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
That dialogue I just went through is a great example of that, and the interesting parts about his character. You could tell he's someone who has been very driven, and despite his disease and his obvious debilitation, like severe crippling debilitation, has nevertheless driven himself to become as good as he is at what he does, so that he can say with certainty and confidence that he earned his place here, and that he has proven himself better than requiring charity. There's a lot of pride issues, a lot of overcompensation, a lot of obvious shame, that kind of a thing. It's really an excellent performance, and Seth Green really nails the subtleties of it, so I like that.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation.
See what I mean?
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Speaking of talking to characters.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, but...
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Carry on, Presley.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
If it was a problem, we'd have a talk. So now that we spent forever on the Citadel talking to everyone and learning everything, now we have to spend forever on the Normandy talking to everyone and learning everything. Except we won't be talking to Kaiden, because he's Kaiden, and he wants to flirt with me. And I'm just not okay with that. And this isn't Mass Effect 2. I was going to talk to Garrus. Oh my god. You can tell which one of these games I've played more, or replayed more, I should say. It doesn't matter.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Oh, I guess we're done here.
Go. Goodbye, Commander.
Wait, is it? Oh yeah, that's where Liara will be. Okay, god. And, okay, so this is where... See, I'm thinking that Miranda's over here, but I'm pretty sure she's not. And in fact, her desk isn't here for some reason. God, I have a really weird visual memory, but sometimes it blurs. You got it, Leslands. I will kill the crap out of him right after I meet my one true love, Liara. Nope, no, that's for the council, right, okay. Damn it. Where the crap hell? Ship rats, yeah. Well, see, ship rats is a real thing. No, I don't mean like rats, because that's obviously a real thing. I mean the term in the Navy of people who just hang out in the ship and you never talk to them, and yeah, the ship rat. And it just kind of stuck whenever I thought about Kaiden, or Caden. Is it Kaiden or is it Caden? I can't actually remember. Anyways, I guess it doesn't matter. I think you guys know what we should do. Oh, we're losing connection. We can't do it just yet. We gotta go talk to Garrus.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSAC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. CSAC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate it.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
So according to Gordon over there, the way it's pronounced is Kahiyedayan. There we go. We got it. So I'm gonna start calling him that every time I talk to him.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Okay.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Why would I do that, Agamemnon? Or rather, why would she do that, to put it more accurately? Mass Effect 2 will also be streamed, Ryan VG.
Nice ship you got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Wrex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Sorry, Wrex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are you people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight.
Quite a bit, Sean.
So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Everyone. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? Ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Ironically, I think Wrex is the only one who can change that.
So long, Wrex.
Shepard.
Wrex.
Shepard.
Wrex.
I'm sorry. I'll stop. Tali's at the engine room. Right? Yep, there she is.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along.
I do too,
Traveling on
Agamemnon.
a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the get.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
I have to pause for a moment to point something out. 2 things, actually. First of all, Lava Dude comments on how you can gain Tali's trust and friendship by treating her person as not a label. As a person rather than a label. That itself speaks a great deal towards the prejudice that's against Quarians, pretty much galaxy-wide. There are exceptions, of course, but for the most part, most Quarians are treated like vagabonds, refugees, or thieves, you know, under common trash that just have to be tolerated at best, or abused at worst. There's actually an example of that in Mass Effect 2, which is a scene I actually really like. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that for now. We'll get there eventually. The second thing I want to mention is she pointed out there are 17 million people on the flotilla. That may or may not mean anything to you, but that sounds like a lot of people. But when you think about it, that's actually a commentary on how few Quarians there actually are. And if you think about it, there actually are not exactly that many Krogan either. So I just point out, I point that out to really emphasize the 2 major races that were kind of knocked out of the playing field by Sovereign's manipulations. Makes you wonder what they would have accomplished without it, you know.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council Council didn't step in and stop you.
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
Not very many, Lozlands.
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space, exiles searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I should go.
See you later.
So, okay, real quick. Obviously, the whole Dark Energy storyline was originally intended to be the primary plot of the Mass Effect story back when it was originally being written as a cohesive unit. And, you know, foreshadowing, build-up, blah, 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 that all went nowhere. We all know how that worked. But there were two very major themes that were being worked into the piece pretty much at every level. Personal, interdimensional relationships with regards to the characters you meet, on a galactic level, on a setting level, on a historical level, and of course on a thematic level with regards to the actual opponent you fight. What we see in this game is something that is used actually often in games and good stories in general, where it will show a particular viewpoint at its extreme as a bad thing, but it will also show the opposite viewpoint at its extreme more, you know, just as bad. In other words, just as horrible of a thing. In this case, the two major themes are what is effectively nationalism and the concept of artificial intelligence, and the whole idea of AI versus organic, and there's tons and tons of that throughout this entire game. The ideas of cybernetics, the ideas of enhancements and usages of VIs, and there's tons of it. It's literally all over the place. I would actually have to like stop every 5 or 6 minutes to point out every point at which that comes up throughout these games. but it's something they really like to analyze a lot. The idea of AI, and one thing that I like is they pretty much lay down the law right down as the writers and say AI is true sentience. Some works like to examine whether or not AI is sentient. Some works like to examine, does an AI have a soul, to use the term. And this one just flat out says, no, they do. They are sentient, they do have souls, they do have a sort of consciousness, they are deserving to be thought of as real people, and that's pretty much the problem right there. And then, of course, we see the Reapers and the Rogue Geth, they have a term for them, but I forget it, which are the extreme of that particular mindset and philosophy taken to its logical conclusion. For reasons I'm not going to go into, but anyways, moving along. Yeah, the electric sheep thing. This is not exactly a new concept in science fiction writing, although it's one I usually enjoy when it's well written. This is the first point, though, is the nationalism thing. We've seen this about 1 trillion times already. For some reason, in Mass Effect, in Mass Effect, there is a tremendous amount of racial pride, which is really weird when you think about it. Good night, Godmode. Which is really weird when you think about it, because that's the sort of thing that hasn't really existed in real life except for a few brief periods and a few brief areas in history. Yet this is a concept that is explored in fiction more than once. The idea that we're humans, and therefore human colonies and human laws and human tribute and human colonists and human military, and you may be someone I don't like fighting against someone else I do like, but you're human, so I'm going to side with you, and it's true for all of them. So many of the Turians blame all of the Quarians for what some of the Quarians did 3 centuries ago. The Quarians starwardly defend themselves for what they were doing. Oh, by the way, Adamantmon, I don't actually have a streaming schedule, especially since my schedule may be being destroyed tomorrow, so I do apologize, but I will give some kind of warning before I start streaming again. I'm going to stop streaming pretty much as soon as I finish talking here for the night. Speaking of which, but yeah, the Quarians, despite everything they've gone through, despite the massive amount of internecine issues they have going on with themselves, they will still stalwartly defend Quarians and say, well, the Quarians were right, and the Quarians are doing blah, 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 blah. And it's the same with every race. The Krogans, the Solarians, the Volus, the Elcor, all the major races, all the minor races, all have that same amount of racial pride, that nationalism, which is basically what it is, even though it's not actually for a nation. It's still the same concept, the idea of an extreme form of loyalty to your flag, basically. And it's fascinating to see the way it presents itself, because at its core, what that is doing is exposing why that very concept is so flawed. Because people will defend people they shouldn't, or attack people they shouldn't, purely based on something completely arbitrary that actually does not have anything to do with the topic or purpose at hand. So, just interesting thoughts of note and thematic undercurrents throughout the entire, throughout Mass Effect 1 and 2. I'm actually going to go do one thing before I really stop here, to make sure I don't forget. Oh, right, I actually want to go here. Now, let me go on record as saying something that I'll probably say whenever I start playing again, and you may stone and tar and feather me, but it's still true. I like the Mako missions. How do I... Ah, there we go. I also like how they did the galactic exploration of this game. There's basically areas, regions, and then you zoom in, and then there's different planets, and then you zoom in and you actually land on stuff. Well, we're gonna go and get Liara pretty much first thing here. And she's on Gnosis. There she is. I'll explain why I like the Mako missions a little bit more when I stream again, hopefully tomorrow, or that is to say today, because it's rather late now, and I really need to get to bed. I got a lot to do. I'll never forget
Commander,
the joke.
Urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command.
Admiral Hackett!
We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
Admiral Hackett is awesome, and so is his voice actor. Him.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our fail-safes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network. It can't affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be catastrophic. We prefer to have someone shut down the core. Someone like you. I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
I don't actually remember which planet she's on. Survey. Okay. Anything in this field? I also really like the map music. This is probably the one song in Mass Effect 1 that I genuinely enjoy. Right here. Can we land here? Yeah, by the way, that mission I just got is actually very important for something that will be important in Mass Effect 2, and I will point it out there too, just in case you miss it. One of the other things I like is they've hired some people to go ahead and do a great amount of, you know, writing for all of this, flavor, for all this flavor text on all these worlds. There's something along the lines of, I believe, 108 different little tidbits of worlds, planets, suns, etc., which they had to actually do these little flavor texts for. And I enjoyed going through and actually reading every single one of them, because I'm weird like that, but they're real well written too. And it's usually just stuff about the atmosphere, but it's also worth noting a lot of this is actually based on, again, real science and real physics. A lot of this is actually information that is based off of surveys that we've done using, you know, the Hubble telescope on actual planets that exist out in the galaxy. So, and then they add little flavor like, you know, crypts left behind by a long extinct self called the Zeoff. Many human observers perform archaeological discoveries, you know, blah blah blah. Flavor in addition to real science. What can I say? And I also love this title: orbital period, radius, day length, atmospheric pressure, surface temperature, surface gravity. I also like that because that's another one of those things that most science fiction things, Star Trek, tend to forget about, is that different planets will have different masses, will have different gravities, will have different day cycles, you know, that kind of a thing. But anyways, this should be it, and it is. Oh, is it Kepler? My bad, Braywin. We will be bringing Tali and Wrex for this one. I knew it was one of them. And here's the best vehicle ever. Okay. Before I stop for the night...
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Okay, so... just before Mass Effect 1 came out, really recently, I had played a game called Enter the Matrix, something like that. Or it was the first Matrix PC game, the one that was really, really bad and had such broken physics that a car going on a flat terrain it was the physics engines were broken and the recoil was being calculated improperly. I don't know how to explain it properly, but basically each time a wheel would touch the ground at all, even rolling along it, it would do this. And then it would just get really bad, and so you'd be driving along like this, and this is how you drive in that game. So I picked up Mass Effect 1 for the very first time and got here. And now, as it turns out... Now, see, this is already much better than the experience I was having. But when I very first played this Mako was pretty much all over the place with regards to physics and control. Maybe I'm just used to it now. Maybe I just know how to handle the thing. But I was just, like, completely lost, getting turned around, and... it's so close to having, after just dealt with that, I was like, okay, you know what, screw this. I actually put the game down for a while. It wasn't until a little bit later that I actually picked it back up and was like, okay, here. By the way, one of the things I like about the Mako is this right here. Well, there's this sheer cliff wall, but I don't really believe in sheer cliff walls, so hang on, let's see what we can do here. Come on, come on, come on. No, no, I didn't mean to do that, because it always jumps in the right direction. Okay, hang on. I can do this. I've actually gone up sheer cliffs in this game before. Now, I might actually be hitting an invisible wall. In fact, I think I am. I am hitting an invisible wall. You can see it. I'm actually climbing up on it. You see that? Okay, fine. I can't do it here. In some worlds, you can actually pretty much go right over stuff you really shouldn't be capable of doing. Because it just has such incredible... yeah, okay, there's the invisible wall. There, it's right there. I can feel it. It's such incredible grip. And you gotta dance. You gotta dance when you're driving in the Mako. Oh, too much. Oh, God. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Okay, hang on. I'm pretty sure I can fix this. It's just gonna take me a moment. Okay. Okay, maybe I can't. It's actually... I've got no traction at all. Alright, well... you cannot exit the Mako unless it's parked on level terrain. Guys? Guys, we're stuck. Come on, fire. Okay, I see the problem now. You see my wheel is actually in the geometry of the thing. That's the problem. This is fully broken. I've actually never had this happen. This has never happened to me. We'll call that marathon luck. This has never happened. Oh my goodness. I can't get out of it. I can't get out of it, and I'm stuck in the geometry. What's funny is if you think about it, Joker just said, I'm picking up some really weird readings, like off-the-chart strange. But he was actually seeing the future. He was seeing this right here. And thus Shepard, Wrex, and Tali starved to death in the Mako. Oh my god! This is insane! And yeah, okay, yeah, let me make sure that quick save is... I actually did a quick save when I got here, just in case. Oh my god. That was nuts. Let's see if I can do it again. Yeah! Yeah! Well, no, okay, hang on. I'm not even sure I can replicate that. That was such an insane bug. I mean, you can do some swanky stuff with the Mako, taking it in areas where you shouldn't be able to, and fighting bosses that were intended to be fought on foot with the Mako. But, which I'll be trying to do, by the way, just for fun. Come on! Okay, now I might be getting stuck in a different way. So you see how it's like interacting in a weird way with this, with the geometry of this thing? Come on, get stuck! Get stuck in! Nah, I won't. Alright, there's only one thing to do now, guys. Into the fires of death. So how many people did this and had no idea what this meant? Even looking at this now, I look at that and it's like, why? My Mako's fine. It's just red terrain. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and stop for the night. Now that we've broken reality. And then died on red sand. Anyways, I don't know when I'm going to stream it again. I'll give you guys a bit of a heads up on it. Either way, I will be talking to you guys soon.